Now that we've prepared the pool to put on the winter cover, we've put in the chemicals, we've vacuumed, we've removed the pump and filter systems. The pool is ready now for the cover. Let's talk about covers for a second. There are several types of pool covers on the market. The most expensive type is called a 12 by 12. And the reason they call it that is because the size of the scrim. Now when you're looking at a cover, these covers are all nylon reinforced. So for example, a 4 by 4 scrim winter cover will have 4 nylon reinforcements for every inch. That is the least expensive type of cover on the market. Generally, covers like that are 1-year covers. The second type of cover on the market is what's called a 6 by 6. Well, that'll be 6 squares of reinforcement per every inch. And that's a 6 by 6, and generally that will have a 3-year warranty. Our most popular cover, and generally the most best value, is the Supreme cover, which is an 8 by 8. 8 scrim means 8 nylon reinforcing rows per inch. So 8 by 8s generally will have a 5-year warranty. When you get up into some of the in-ground covers that are 12 by 12, you're really probably spending more money than you need to spend on an above-ground pool. An above-ground pool cover for a 5-year warranty is really quite a good cover. Now, I do not recommend something that is kind of popular on in-ground pools, and that's what's called a mesh cover. Mesh covers collect the leaves and the dirt and the debris through the winter, but it lets the water go through. Well, the advantage to that is you never have to remove the water off the cover. The disadvantage is all of the stuff that you wanted to keep out of your pool is now deteriorating and going into the pool. So the cover that I'm going to recommend for you is going to be an 8 by 8 or a 6 by 6 winter cover, either a 3-year or a 5-year warranty. The other accessory that you will need is called an air pillow. Now this is a 4-foot by 5-foot air pillow. And as you can see, it's quite large. We call it an air pillow, but truly what it is it's an ice compensation floater. What that means is once you fill it with air, now you don't fill it completely. You don't want to make it like a beach ball where it's tight. You fill it up where it's mostly full of air. You're going to tie it off into the center of the pool, and you'll see in just a second on the video how to do that. What happens then is you tie it off into the center, the cover goes over it. What will happen is as water gets on the cover from rain or snow, etc., that pillow will move up or down with the weight of the cover, with the weight of the water on the cover, and it compensates for the pressure so that you're not pulling on the side walls of the pool. Now in a second I will show you the video of how to install this air pillow or ice compensator and the cover, and I think you'll get a better understanding. Simply attach 2 pieces of rope, one to each of the grommets that are on the air pillow. Tie it off into the center, but don't tie it too tight. Just tie it where it's going to stay within a given range of motion. Now, unfold the winter cover. Gradually, pull the cover up and onto the pool. As you can see, these covers are quite large and bulky. Now just pull the cover up and onto the pool. Pull it up and over so that it covers the top seats. You'll have to walk around and pull some on as you go. Next, take the coated steel cable and thread it through the grommets of the winter cover. Notice you want to go in one and then up one, sort of like you would tying shoes or putting in shoelaces. So you thread it down and then up, and then down and then up, all the way around the pool. Now we're going to take each of the ends of that steel cable, slide them into the turnbuckle, into the center, and put them into the center hole. First one and then the other side of the cable. Then pull the excess cable through and begin to tighten the turnbuckle a little bit. Do not tighten it all the way. Now begin pulling the cover with the cable through it up and over the top seats of the pool. You can see why we put some tension on the cable so that it's easier to take the cover and pull it over the top seat, especially if there's any wind. That little bit of tension on the cable helps to keep the cover on as you pull it over. Sometimes it helps to tighten the cable just a little bit as someone is going around and pulling the cover up and over. Basically, you just work yourself around the pool, pulling the cover with the cable up and over. Now the cover is on. Notice how the pillow is still in the center. Walk around and adjust the cover so that it's not being pulled in any direction. You want to make sure that the cover seems to be put on there almost like a bedspread without any folds that are too rigid, so that it's not pulling. Notice that the cover is still on, is very slack. There is still lots and lots of looseness to the cover. Finish tightening the cable. Now, put some water on top of the cover. That will keep the air from getting under the cover and lifting it up and causing stress. Family leisure stores also carry a product called Winter Cover Seal. This is a heavy-duty shrink wrap type product that basically secures the cover to the top of the pool. What it really does is it provides a barrier to seal the cover so that air or wind cannot get under the cover. What it does is it prevents any damage to the cover due to high winds or storms. After the cover is installed, you want to make sure there's a moat of water all the way around the pool. This water holds the cover so that as rainwater comes down, the ice pillow will move up and down to compensate. The air pillow or ice compensator pillow floats. Any excess water on the cover will displace water up and under the cover and out through the skimmer. Whatever you do, always want to keep water on it so the cover does not blow up in the air and pull on the sides of the pool. Now, if your pool has a deck, either partially around it or all the way around it, you're going to need an additional accessory, and that's called a water tube. Now, what these are, and I recommend the dual-sided water tubes where there's two tubes side by side. What these do is they hold water. Now again, do not fill them all the way up. Just fill them halfway. Remember, when ice freezes, it expands. If you overfill the water tubes, the ice will freeze, the water will freeze, and it can rip the cover, the water tubes. So what you want to do is fill it, half or 2/3 of the way full to allow for expansion. Now once these tubes are full of water, they're very, very heavy. So what will happen is you'll lay the cover up on your deck, put the tubes down around it, and what that'll do is it will keep air from getting up underneath the cover and lifting it up, making it work like a sail. Now you will still use ropes or the wire, the cable, to anchor the cover to the deck or to the back part of the pool, but these will help to lay right around the edge of the pool on the deck to keep air from getting up underneath the cover. On a pool with a full deck or partial deck, use a nylon rope tied to the cover at the grommets. Then, tie the cover off to the deck post or some other secure place to hold the cover on. Tie the cover off in several places, like this. Then, fill the water tubes. As you can see, you only fill the tubes about half to 2/3 the way full to allow for expansion when the water freezes. Next, lay the water tubes down around the pool tightly against the top seats. Remember, what you're trying to do is to keep the air from getting up underneath the cover and trying to lift it up. So the water tube should be laid end over end and tightly against the pool. Finally, put water on top of the cover to form a moat around the air pillow. This will help to secure the cover onto the pool.